You better watch out, you better not cry, you better not pout, I am telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town.
When does planning for the grotto start?
Well, this year, John, we started 3 weeks after we closed last year.
So it's a whole year's work?
Yeah, whole year. We go the whole year. This year we've done a lot more research. So probably by June we've decided what we're going to actually put in the grotto, and then we'll start building it. Our main display, new display this year, we probably started building it in October, which quite frankly is not enough time, but we're giving it a whirl anyway.
So how many people hours go into putting all this together?
Well, to actually install the grotto, there's probably about 40 of us that work through a whole week. So we're going Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, all day Thursday, all day Friday, all day Saturday, and most of Saturday night.
Did you ever envisage that it was going to be like this when you first started off 10 years ago or so?
No idea. And quite frankly, I think if we had have thought that we would be this size and with this much work and all the technology that we're putting in, it would probably be quite scary. So it was very good to start small and slowly build to the level that we are now. There's a lot of learning as you go.
In terms of technology, you went to several fairs overseas. Tell us about those.
So yeah, a couple of years ago we went to the Frankfurt Christmas trade show, and then we went to the Nuremberg toy fair. Both fairs were good in different ways. At Frankfurt we saw a lot of animatronic stuff which we had never seen before, and made quite a few contacts as far as that goes. In the toy fair we made contact with a company that works in the Philippines, in Manila, and they make soft toys whose heads move backwards and forwards, and you'll see a lot of them here. So, and on the way back from that trip we went to Disneyland, which was was absolutely fantastic really, because we'll never be able to achieve what they do there, but it's at least given us a direction to head. So yeah, we're always looking to better what we do if we can.
How will those trips change things here?
Well, a lot of ideas. Just, you know, on a trip like that you just see so many different things. And as I said before, you can't actually achieve them because they're so expensive, but they give you an idea of what you can do. We sometimes think back to the trip that we had, and there'll be something that we saw that was similar. So we go, yeah, well, we've seen it done like this, so maybe we can just do it a little bit easier, but still with a good effect.
So what are we going to see this year that you've brought back from the fairs?
Well, this year you'll see obviously some new animals that we've brought from the company we've met that's based in the Philippines. You'll see where we've been working on animatronics. So our new nativity is all animatronic bears that we've built from scratch. But mostly you're going to see some sort of concept where we've seen something and we've gone, well, maybe we can do that. And we'd also like to think that you're going to see quality, that our experience in Disneyland, where everything is just perfect, we can't achieve perfection, but having seen that sort of thing, we know what can be achieved and we aim to do that.
He's checking it twice. He's gonna find out who's naughty or nice. Santa Claus is coming to town. He sees you when you're sleeping, and he knows when you're awake. He knows if you've been bad or good, so be good for goodness sake. You better watch out, you better not cry, you better not pout, I am telling you why. 'Cause Santa Claus is coming to town. sleeping, and He knows when you're awake. He knows if you've been bad or good, so be good for goodness sake. You better watch out, you better not cry, you better not pout, I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town.
This is the 11th year. It's actually going to be a really big year for us. Last year, the earthquake showed us, well, after the earthquake, we noticed that there was significant changes in the children. They would come up to the entrance and they would burst into tears and they were quite scared and afraid. And we realised in talking to one of the parents that they'd been very traumatised by the earthquakes in the night and they were frightened of the dark. So we've had to get rid of the black curtains. We've had to, the first scene, which was Toyland, though it was an absolute hit, had night and day in it, so it was quite dark at times. So hopefully, the first scene is a snow scene. So hopefully it's a nice, bright, it'll still have a bit of darkness sort of to it, but a brighter scene to encourage the children to come into it. And so with that, we've made lots of changes right the way through. And at the end, the biggest one is our nativity, which we have made 1.2 metre high bears, and they are all animated, so they move and they talk and they interact. So that's been our challenge this year, very big challenge.
Why did you start this in the first place?
We started it because Ed and I, my brother and I, were talking about the things that we used to do when we were children. And we used to go into Hayes Roof, or we'd go into Miller's Centre Cave, or, hey, wander around to Red Stillwell's garden. And we just loved those things. Then we got talking and we thought, hey, there's nothing left for the children. There's nothing in the city for the children with this. So let's do it. So we thought about it for a while, what could we do? And I said, well, what about a teddy bear nativity? And that was it, we're away. So that's what we did, the first one.
It's grown a lot since then.
Oh my goodness, it has grown huge. The first one we set up in an evening, and now it takes a good week of about 20 to 30 people working to set it up.
How many people have you sent through this year?
Well, last year we had just over 33,000. We could have a lot more. It depends on where people are at. There's nothing much left in Christchurch for them now, and we've had lots of phone calls and interest from people saying, is it still going and can anybody just come? So, hey, we could get a lot more. I'm picking that we will meet the 33,000 again, but whatever. Any child that comes through, it's going to be worth it because they'll enjoy it.
What sort of feedback do you get?
Oh, absolutely, incredibly positive. They love it. Young, old. We have rest homes, elderly from the rest homes come through, and they just absolutely love it. Apparently they talk about it for the first 6 months about what they've seen, and then for the next 6 months they talk about when are we going again. So everybody just loves it.
Are people surprised that something like this happens in a church?
Yes, very surprised. I remember one family coming in and they really didn't want to come in. I mean, it was a church, and I guess their expectations were that churches don't do things very well, and they came out absolutely stunned. And yes, that's often the case. People don't expect it.
Wish you all the best for this year.
Thank you very much.
I thought you were someone special.
This is a journey into